Get to some more recent matchups. Virginia High, we haven't had much success over here. We're 3-8 at Bulldog Stadium in the last 11 trips. As a matter of fact, Tazewell won 4 games in a row from 2004 2006. And we took a little of a hiatus there from 07 through 2010. And, of course, and then we got back together in this Southwest District reincarnation. Virginia High has now won 6 of the last 7 meetings. Coach Michael Chris, 4-1 all time against Tazewell in his 5 seasons.
We got the national anthem coming up. We'll be right back.
Please remain standing for the playing of our national anthem by the Tazewell High School Bulldog Marching Band under the direction of Ms. Haley Hutchinson, and salute to the flag.
That means it's time for Bearcat footballs. We'll go ahead and finish up as the captains will meet at midfield for the coin toss.
Yeah, last season Virginia High won 35-0 in Bristol. The last Tazewell win in this series came September 29th, 2014, over here when Tazewell knocked off Virginia High 37-22.
And some things to look for. Tazewell offensively, we'll see a shotgun team that'll try to utilize their sophomore playmaker, Jameer Belevins. He passed for 1,078 yards a year ago for 11 touchdowns. He nursed a shoulder injury through most of last year as well. So they returned their starting quarterback. They have a nice backup in Gavin Nunley, another sophomore. There's really a super sophomore class here in Tazewell. Their running back, Chancellor Harris, Coach Jamie Harris's son, will be the main running back. He ran for 795 yards, 11 rushing touchdowns, and he runs about as well as anyone in Southwest Virginia. The question is if he can get some blocks, and this year he'll lean on a couple of sophomores, Travis Brewster and Josh Herndon, both 6 foot or taller, both of them weigh over 235, so both of them pivotal pieces in this Tazewell offense. Again, we'll see them in the shotgun most of the afternoon. Another pivotal player, their fullback, another sophomore, Jaden Taylor. So it's a sophomore-loaded group as we get close to kickoff here between the Cats and the Dogs in week 1.
Remember, fans, be sure you follow us on social media. Follow us on Twitter at VHS Bearcat Radio, or like us on Facebook at facebook.com/VHS Bearcat Radio.
And let's take a look at that Tazewell defense. They'll run a 4-2-5 base defense, looking to stiffen up a little bit against the run this year as the captains will meet at midfield. And we'll go to Travis here for the uniforms for tonight. How they're looking out there.
Well, Tazewell's coming out tonight in their home green jerseys. They got white pants, white helmets, green stripes down the pants of the Tazewell Bulldogs. Virginia High coming out with one of their new looks this season. They got white pants, white jerseys, and the new matte black helmets. Virginia High looking sharp, the new Under Armour gear that they've got on out there tonight, and they're debuting it here in the first game of the 2018 season.
Yeah, the solid whites, and, of course, the new helmet's looking good as well. It's a whiteout night here at Tazewell High School as they've been amped up for this game since last year. They're coming off a huge win In their last game last year, they blew out the Lebanon Pioneers 53-0 in that ball game and only saw third down 4 times. So this offense got better as the year went on. Of course, Lebanon, was an injury-riddled team last year. But it will be interesting as we have the coin toss. Aaron Rose, Colton Ratcliffe, Austin Davidson, and Jamie Lathrop out as the captains for the Bearcats on this Thursday night. We're glad you're able to tune in for Bearcat Radio's pregame show. Again, brought to you by Sesco Insurance. Kickoff coming up in a moment. It'll be brought to you by State Line Motors. We're happy to have those guys back. They were here when we first got started. And Mark Harr, our old broadcast partner, was able to get them back on board with us, and we thank those guys for coming out. They're going to sponsor kickoffs, quarters, and the red zone.
Absolutely. Be sure you visit StatelineMotorsVA.com to visit their all-new inventory. So Virginia High has won the toss, and they're going to choose to receive.
Surprise you any, but this is a team offensively last year that would win tosses and take the ball to start the game. So we're going to start the season offensively as now the Bearcats take the field for the first time.
Let's get to my formula for success for Virginia High tonight before we get started. They need to establish control of this game early on both sides of the ball. Tazewell is not going to forget that 35-0 season opening loss in Bristol last season. They have marked this a get-even game. And what better atmosphere for them to knock off the Cats. Only 2 games in far southwest Virginia tonight, and I think this is setting up as the classic trap game. As a matter of fact, only 8 games, like we mentioned earlier, across the whole Commonwealth. Perfect trap game setup. VHS will be wise to start fast and eliminate any chance of an upset early.
And I talked to Coach Belcher yesterday. He said the difference in this year's team to last year's team, we're going to try to run the ball a little more. Let's see if we can have success on the ground. And if it's anything like that benefit game, we can't let them go on a big drive. But you've avoided that now. The offense will take the field, and out come the Tazewell Bulldogs. Crowd coming alive for them as they take the field in the green and white for the first time in 2018 as we get close to kickoff. Again, brought to you by State Line Motors.
I tell you what, if you've never been to Bulldog Stadium here in Tazewell, Virginia, it's a beautiful setup. We got the mountains just off to the east of us here. We got a beautiful look at that. It's a 70-degree day right now outside. Sunshine, blue skies. We're expecting it to cool into the low 60s by the time the final whistle goes. Something we might want to keep an eye on, and it's actually disrupting us in the press box a little bit right now. The goalpost to our right, it's going to be east to west, left to right across your radio dial. The sun is going to be setting into the west, almost directly in the center of the goalpost to our right. So that's going to be pretty interesting. And Virginia High is going to be going into the sun, so Tazewell wisely picking their side of the field to start this game off.
They're going to kick off. The Cat return team's going to be looking right into the sun, just over the new scoreboard, which they finished installing earlier today, and it's a nice one. Big Bulldog over the top, Bulldog Stadium here in Tazewell, and it's pretty well packed on this home side. Virginia High faithful still filing in. Of course, it's a pretty long trip to open the year. Of course, the home opener against John Battle next week, but we got business to tend to tonight as the Bulldogs are going for an upset. The Cats trying to start off with a win after a successful season a year ago.
And again, fans, this opening kickoff brought to you by State Line Motors. View their inventory online at www.StatelineMotorsVA.com.
Tazewell still huddled up at the 40-yard line as we're getting set to kick things off. The Cats are lined up. Austin Davidson and Michael Bradley are back deep to return for the Bearcats to open the 2018 season. Again, the Cats coached by Mike Christ in his sixth season, that is, with Virginia High. Coach Jamie Harris on the other side facing off. He is the second-year coach for Tazewell, looking to rebuild a program that hasn't had a winning season since 2008. So we'll see if they can get off on a good note. Like we said, they are much improved. The numbers are better. They've almost doubled their numbers in a year. They had 18 or 20 last year. This year they got 36 on the varsity squad. I mean, they're playing with 18 in 2A. That's nearly impossible. It's hard to do it in 1A.
With the 11 men they've got on the field on their kickoff team right now, they still got 28 bodies dressed on the sidelines. Obviously, some of those would be JV kids, but that's good. They got some depth, and they got some big-size kids out there. So it's going to be a great game, I believe. Get ready for a slugfest. And is there any better time in Southwest Virginia than Friday nights? But this is a Thursday night. It's a little bit special occasion. Football season is underway in the Commonwealth.
The white tee painted at midfield. As we're set to get things going, Tanner Wimmer will line up the kickoff here to get things underway. Again, Cats versus Dogs to start the 2018 season. Week 1. Wimmer gets the whistle. That's the final whistle they'll hear before football is live, and we're off from Tazewell. It's a pop-up kick inside the 20 at the 15, returnable for Austin Davidson. He's loose past the 35 to the 40, gets another block out past the 40. Austin Davidson's down the sideline. One man can catch him, and he won't. Austin Davidson leaps into the end zone, and the Cats, 6-0 lead. They take the kick all the way back, 11:46 on the clock. Offense won't need to work this time as Davidson starts the season with a firework down the line, just straight down the line on that far side.
That's right. He did not have to jack or juve any. I mean, he just come straight down that far sideline, took it all the way into the end zone, touchdown. Good blocking downfield. And, again, we hit on special teams being a big key for Virginia High. They show it here early in the very first play of the season.
Close to 85 yards on that kick return touchdown for Austin Davidson. And the Bearcats with the senior. Now another senior will try to put the extra point in as Colton Ratcliffe lines up. Said he kicked about 100 balls yesterday. I said take a break. Kick is up. It's low, but it's through and good. 7-0 Cats. 11:46 on the clock. Quick score for the Bearcats on that 85-yard return by Austin Davidson.
Well, apparently they took that my key to the game serious to get out and start fast. You can't start much faster than that. Only 14 seconds off the clock. So, wow, what a way to start off the 2018 season. 7-0 Bearcats, and they'll get ready to kick off here. Hey, fans, Drake's is a proud supporter of the Bearcats, now open at the Pinnacle. Drake's is the perfect post-game destination. Bring the home family and enjoy a game of cornhole, shuffleboard, or giant Jenga. Score with big burgers, fresh salads, favorites like build your own tacos, and the freshest sushi in town. Drake's is open for lunch and dinner every day of the week. Come play at 508 Pinnacle Parkway or online at drakescomeplay.com. Drake says go Bearcats.
Who doesn't, right? After
That's
that
right.
one, who doesn't? I think a couple of people in green said it over here when they were watching Austin Davidson get loose down the sideline. Again, a quick start. If you're just tuning in, boy, you missed an 85-yard touchdown for Austin Davidson. You need to get over here to Tazewell quick, right? Bring the city with you.
So is that a good way to start off my Virginia High?
That is. It's about the best
debut?
way. Kevin Corbett back here doesn't have a lot of work on that drive chart, do you, buddy? Just one
That's
play.
the way he likes it.
Not even an offensive snap for the Cats. We're up 7-0. Short kick by Davidson, fielded inside the 15 at the 14-yard line. Returnable by Josiah Jordan, but he's brought down by a host of Cats at the 31. Good field position to start the 2018 campaign for the Bulldogs, but good coverage, again, by the Cats on a short kick by the soccer player Ratcliffe. So we'll see this Tazewell offense as they trail 7-0, and that defensive line of the Bearcats, again, we'll do a three-man front on the defensive side this year. We'll line up 3-5-3, basically utilizing all these athletes we have at Virginia High. It makes it easy to have that many linebackers. As Chancellor Harris lines up in the backfield, he will be in the offset here in the pistol formation. They'll have a H-back up to the right side, two wide to the right. 11:40 here in the first period, and there's the first snap by Tazewell. He goes up the middle, and he's corkscrewed down after a 2-yard gain.
Excellent job there by the front end of the Bearcat defense. They swarmed in, made the stop. Just a short gain for Tazewell. Got to be happy with that after what happened last week against Union. Union was able to bust those holes wide open up the middle, but Virginia High looks like to have solved that a little bit so far, at least after one snap of the ball.
So far, picture perfect. You couldn't have scripted the start any better. We talked about the lack of depth. Kickoff return for a touchdown. Now this defense is fresh as it's the starters all out there. Shotgun again. They'll put a man in motion wide. Now run forward, and he stopped in the backfield. Back past, behind the original line of scrimmage. A loss of 3.
It's Cooper Gobble in there on that tackle.
Yeah, Cooper, an athletic junior, 6 foot, 201 pounds with a tackle for loss. He had 4 of those in 5 games last year for the Bearcats. And now 3rd down and 11 for the Bulldogs. As Jameer Blevins gets the sign from the sideline. And their offensive coordinator
They're going with the wristbands, the plays on the wristbands. He'll check off to the guys in the backfield.